We're wrapping up the groups here, guys, and we still have a few more matches to go. Welcome back to the University Alliance Cup. This is where Collegiate Valorant is in its prime. Dax here with Viminal. We're at it yet again. And of course, we still have a few more teams to watch out for, and one of them are our defending champions. Two-time champs! Virtus Arcus facing off against the new kids on the black paradigm Vanguards. Thing is, though, in terms of the standings, not really going to do too much, but I feel like, Vim, it's all about momentum here, especially if NEU can get the upset of the century over LaSalle.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be the upset of the century, man. And there's no better way to put it. DLSU, defending champs, and still going back to the roots here in terms of the roster as well from the earlier days of the UAC. And honestly, I expect this to be heavily in favor of DLSU. I did predict that. But I'm going to give Paradigm Vanguards the benefit of the doubt here. If momentum is going to be on their side, not to underestimate the team, of course, but DLSU, just a scary team to face here at the UAC.
I mean, that's the thing. Virtus Arcus, such high-ranked players, already so renowned at what they do. And when they dominate, they're pretty much the best that can be brought out in the collegiate field. But at the same time, regular season Virtus Arcus, it's good. It's pretty chill. But playoff Virtus Arcus is even scarier. So while Virtus Arcus is not still in that playoff mode as of yet, there is a big chance here for NEU to just figure out something and show everyone what the promotions from Division B, what they're all about. But on the flip side, if LaSalle can already get back into that form and get into that playoff mode before the regular season already ends, then Virtus Arcus gearing up for a 3-time potential championship as we get, oh boy, what's going on there? What's happening?
Gosh. Classic
no.
Net Cafe, and then he pulls it out. Come on.
Come on. You have to. That's our roots. Come on, DLSU. We know, Vim. Taft is where it's at for all the home shots. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Man, like all of the
Back in my
old
day.
names. Back in my day, we just not go to school and we'd go to comp shop. But don't do that, guys, because of course education is important. And right now we're gonna give you a session. Classroom is open, and we are going to be setting it up on Haven. Virtus Arcus on the defending side, Paradigm Vanguards on the attack. And, well, Viminal, what do you think we're going to get? Something new, something old, something a bit different? What could it be coming into this matchup?
I sincerely doubt the service is going to go for the Yoru, but who knows at this point in time. we can trust these kids to basically go all out.
So if he clicks that Yoru, what would you do?
You know what? The service, whatever makes you happy, bro. I mean, I'm here for you. Gelson, we know him to be the sentinel for the side of the DLSC squad. Willie.
He's a newest
addition. Yeah.
Savio Nastro's interesting. And
what is going on?
Oh no!
Oh my gosh, guys!
Hey, Vim. I remember, since it's passed already. Didn't you coach Virtus Arcus before?
Choose your agent.
Yeah. So is this what you taught them?
Yeah, I was like, you know what? Whatever makes you happy, guys. Trust your heart and your gut. Logic aside, stats aside, just go with what just have fun with the game. That's what video games are for. That was my pep talk for them before they went into the tournament and they lost the first match.
Oh. I mean, with the composition that we see right now for Virtus Arcus, maybe that's the form that we're going to see here. Paradigm Vanguards, in the meantime, whipping out something a little bit different, and it just goes to show how prepared they be. But Virtus Arcus, when we see them play the off-roll, it's just all about them gauging how strong they can be in the collegiate scene. And this is no disrespect to NEU, but sometimes you also want to mix things up. And of course, you're getting into the playoffs, right? So at least remove one potential VOD from what your opponents can research. So some 9-dimensional chess moves right now from Virtus Arcus, and this tournament's still going on in the regular season. But before we get into the matchup here, Vim, tournament presented by ASUS Republic of Gamers, powered by the reigning king of gaming laptops, the ROG Zephyrus S17, featuring an 11th gen Intel Core i9 CPU cooled with liquid metal and GeForce RTX 3080 GPU to take your gaming experience to the next level for hashtag for those who dare. Available in your nearest ASUS and ROG accredited stores nationwide. Hop onto ROG.AcadArena.com to check it out, and shout out to our partners at with Logitech G as well. If you're looking to supercharge your gaming setup so you can hashtag keep playing, check out Logitech's amazing gaming gear at Logitech at AcadArena.com now. And here we are, speeding through those amazing sponsors. We're getting into the game.
Just like these crazy kids about to get the action underway. Don't forget to hit the whoa with AcadArena on TikTok. Make sure to follow AcadArena if you're part of our first 1,000 followers. You'll get the chance to win some of our weekly giveaways. But this guy won the giveaway for this round. A service with the first blood with a 2K as well. What is going on, Dex?
Oh, yo, Esopus, he's killing people. So, Mr. Viminal, my question right now is, in terms of the Virtus Arcus squad, what is the off roll here? Now, let's be real. Hello, we're back. So, it seems like a quick low tech issue. Greetings, fellow humans. We are actual people, not casting robots, people. But I'm I'm just gonna say, we got Savvy in control, and you got you got the Jet on Wilson, I believe. So from that point on, I do want to ask what's going on right now, Vim, former coach.
Okay, you made a very good point earlier. They're going to the playoffs regardless. You might as well take out a potential VOD review from the opposing teams because sobrang init the competition ngayon sa UAC, and you might as well just hide your strats and save it for a rainy day. Um, I do respect this move. There's always a meta within a meta when it comes to tournament play, and these professional players know this. They're all part of professional teams, except for Gelson, I think. But love you, Gelson. But I know I think he's part of a team now. But yeah, my point being is that they know what they're doing, and they're the type of players that can basically flex different roles, especially Savvy. He's on the controller. He can play basically any agent. He's one of the best players in the Philippines right now, and
Yeah.
it's a bold statement, but I truly believe he is, especially with how young he is.
Yeah, that's just pretty much it, right? It seems like for Virtus Arca Squadron, they've always been built on success, 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 and the championships that they've attained already are pretty much the biggest factor of that. Besides that, though, it really feels like right now for Virtus Arcus, they're going to be the second seed regardless of whether they win or lose. Paradigm Vanguards are going to be fifth seed regardless whether they win or lose. For NEU, this is all to win. For DLSU, it's just like, okay, cool, we win, that's better. If we lose, then that's fine too. But in this case right now, it will be interesting to see what the Virtus Arcus off-roll can actually bring to the table. I would love to see what this Omen can do, especially on the hands of Savvy. We've seen him be very sneaky with a jet and with something with teleports, right? That might be something that you can build on in the first place. Thing is, though, as we went on a quick little tech pause, now we're back, and Virtus Arcus apparently winning that pistol, Viminal. So it's already a good start here for DLSU.
You know what? Come to think of it, no, yung off rolls na to for the side of the DLSC squad. A service, especially when the pressure gets intense, he tends to make a lot of errors in terms of micro decision making. So when he's on that duelist, sometimes he tends to be over aggressive or overextend or perhaps take those unfavorable duels. So him being on the Sentinel might actually bode well for the team.
That's just pretty much it. I'm just gonna be curious, honestly, all throughout. Like, what we're seeing right now for Virtus Arcus, you got Acerfus ready with 3 kills already, and he's looking for that lockdown. Willie looked to pop off with Arena, and overall, it's still that traditional composition that we see time and time again in the AcadArena scene. This is the comp that's run with the double duelist. You have that Sova, you have that Killjoy, you have that Omen, and it's pretty much the bread and butter, cookie cutter composition for DLSU. But Paradigm Vanguards, I like that they're mixing things up with a Breach. And a map like this, Bim, parang ilang beses mo na sinasabi, yung range talaga ng Breach dito, pwede talagang makaset up sa mga side take. And we're gonna see what NEU can do. But the gun's right now ready for Virtus Arcus, and Willie is ready to go to catch out Aeonix there.
They're just gonna press the attack here. MCR Ace, though, Vintage, never mind. For Finch, that is gonna go with the 2K, and he's gonna be securing the round win here. Oh boy. Yeah,
No.
shocking. That's typically what you see on the post pistol round. DLSU, they're feeling very, very confident right now. You know exactly what they're doing here. But coming into this, it's the buy round for the Paradigm Vanguards. They better win this, otherwise they're going to be in dire straits here in the first half at the very least.
Yeah, Just a quick one there, and now this is where NEU can truly shine. They get the guns, and we'll see what the setup is going to be all about. Looking at this roster, though, besides the likes of Aeonix maybe setting things up, I would love to see what Ice Blue Mink can actually do in terms of the entry. I've actually seen this name before, and in all honesty, he can pop off if given the right chance. But against Fearless Arcus, tried-tested, and championship caliber, then it will be a big task to ask for. But in any case now, it's a play it slow, steady, and look to go for a few pickoffs. But Virtus Arcus, they're not overextending as of yet. There's going to be Pico from the Jet. In my mind, that's Savvy, but that's not Vim. I'm getting confused right now because it's not the right players on the right agents. But in any case, Nanoswarm is the call. Ice Blue Mink will disengage. In this case now, Paradigm Vanguard's still stuck on their side of the map.
Oh boy. Service still just playing passively. Virtus Arcus, they know they have the gun disadvantage. So Willie does secure that information for the rest of the team. They know they're going to C-site. Good decision making coming in from Virtus Arcus right now. And let's see if they're going to be successful in holding down that C-site here. Pretty worried. All of them on the bottleneck.
Oh, just all about those takedowns. And then again, it's 3v3 now. Gwelson, though, finding Shinobi. It seems like the force is not with him. Gwelson now finding the target. And not bad. Not bad at all. I love seeing him on the duelist right now. And it's all up to McCrace here. But Vintage with that takedown. And Virtus Arcus, slow, steady, but then sudden impact. And it's 3-0 right now, winning out that bonus.
Gwelson, rather. It's just he's one of those players that really keep up the morale of the team, and he's super fun to play with. He's a very high-spirited person, I must say, very funny guy. There's no funny business happening here, as he is feeling very comfortable on that jet, and he's honestly one of the more mechanically inclined players from the entire DLSU squad.
I mean, that's just the thing, right? It's all about mechanical inclinations, but here for Virtus Arcus, all he gotta do right now is just keep up those inclinations and just keep on going up this slope. Will he, though? Well, will he or won't he? I think he will. I think he will, Bim. He wants to push this. Gwelson, though, finding Aeonix instead. And it just feels like this map getting narrower and narrower. Remember, guys, all casters say, even, it's a 3-site map. A lot of options, but it seems like the options taken away from Paradigm Vanguard. Raven does catch out Savvy, but besides that, it's just DLSU swooping on in to get those takedowns. It's 4-0 in a quick first few rounds here, Vim.
No signs of slowing down whatsoever. Virtus Arcus on a rampage. They're showing this is a statement to everyone watching. They may not have a flawless run, unlike How, but they're here to play, and they mean business. Despite doing this very unexpected role swap, it's so far they're pulling out all the stops here, and they only Vintage 5-0 on a Sova at that. So
yeah, we'll see how this is gonna go, and he's just on point right now. Ice Blue Mink, though, operator is in hand. It's all about keeping an eye out and, at the very least, watching out for these angles. Besides that, though, Virtus Arcus, they're just basically staying in their lanes, keeping an eye out, and that's just it. It's been a very, very cookie-cutter approach in a very fundamental base game. But for Paradigm Vanguard, so whenever you run that breach, you just want that setup in middle. And we'll see if Willie can do it again. No setup for you, sabi niya, tama na yan. Willie at least getting that takedown, backing on away and making it 5v4 here.
Alam mo, this is going to be really hard for Vanguards because of how proactive Virtus Arcus is. Hindi sila talaga makaka-setup ng execute. So unless they punish the hubris of Virtus Arcus right now, it's just not going to happen. If you can even call it hubris, because it's working out very, very well for them.
You should run.
Yeah, just play it slow, steady, and here we go. Shinobi right now looking to play the entries. And Paradigm Vanguards at the very least. What else can we do here? Put that spike on down in a 4v5 situation. Good lockdown play, at least to buy them space. Besides that here, Vim, Virtus Arcus, they're ready, prepared, and looking for the raid take. Willie right now looking to prime that Lear as well. And as Raven wants to go for a paranoia play onto the connector, It's all about a matter of timing. Can they actually go for the stall? There's the blind right now from the side of Virtus Arcus, but it seems like the shock dart is going to be on point, but Wilson, Vintage on the board, and Virtus Arcus coming back in full force, and in that full retake scenario. Spike already being defused by Savvy here. It seems like it's another one for the Sova, and while Ice Blooming has the operator, he's just stuck in the cellar here, frozen on out by the smokes. And it's a clean sweep so far for Virtus Arcus, 5-0, and an exit frag there for Gwelson to at least get rid of the operator.
If there's any consolation, at the very least, Gwelson was not able to pick up that op at the end of the round. But again, that's not saying much. Actually, that's saying a lot because that's the best thing about that round. But man, they really need to figure out how to stop the bleeding, but I don't see that happening anytime soon, especially now that they're going to be on eco state here. Utility economy also pretty much even across the board here.
And then when we look at teams like this who decide to go for the off-roll, right? It's just changing it up, making it a bit spicy, yes, in terms of the game itself, but at the same time, it really goes to show that for Virtus Arcus, they're thinking forward and they want to make that 3-time championship happen. But what a shot from McCrace there, catching out Willie. Besides that, though, Ice Blooming has fallen. And this time, we have Paradigm Vanguards right now looking to get in the way of these aggressive peaks by Virtus Arcus, and the Flashpoint is on the duty. Vintage now goes down to the hand of Ionix. Beautiful frenzy play from him there. Gwelson, though, swinging on wide, and he just Ferrari peaks all the way to catch out that breach. But look at this big gun, Mr. Vim. There's an Odin in hand, and it's running gun with all the bullets in the world. Blaze is out and about, and Gwelson finds McCrace there. Raven now the only one left in the 1v1 scenario, but who has more bullets? His name is Acerfus, and he will be the one to be the ace in the hole. 6-0. All the guns in the world Virtus Arcus is bringing to the table, and it's a buffet of lead that Paradigm Vanguards is getting stuffed with.
You know, you say this a lot. More bullets, more chances to win. And that held true for a service right there. Just sticking to the Odin. And man, the audacity of DLSU to go with a double op and an Odin. I mean, okay. I see you guys. I see you. But this is just, again, they're reeking confidence right now. And this is really scary.
I mean, by this point in time, what do you think the odds are of Virtus Arcus getting a third championship?
13-0?
No, not that. Oh, I didn't say that, you did. So there are two questions now. Can Virtus Arcus get a 13-0 win over NEU? But honestly, I feel like for NEU, they can actually get some rounds as soon as they punish the aggression. But my question to you, Vim, is what do you think are the odds of Virtus Arcus making it a 3-time championship? Do you think they're a heavy favorite, or it's not going to be as clear-cut as before?
You know what? I'm a firm believer in how right now. They're undefeated for a very good reason. And I think if anyone can usurp Virtus Arcus on their championship throne, it's going to be how. So really, it's a toss-up at this point. Virtus Arcus still, of course, it's very possible for them to take a championship, but it's going to be tougher than ever before, despite them being the strongest lineup thus far.
Yeah, and then you have FIT ramping it up and getting better and better. UST finally in the playoffs as well. Left. And we'll see what their tactics will bring to the table. But you know, Vim, in my heart, there's only one team. Third time's the charm, perhaps. Maybe the Ateneo Squadron, if they can seal it with a victory after this matchup against their opponents and make it to the playoffs, then maybe, just maybe, we get this rematch in the finals and we see Admo now beating DLSU. But that's a dream, and we'll see what reality will bring in the next few weeks, as right now we get into the round. It's also with the operator kill onto McCrace. Savvy also with the op over onto Raven, and everything is left to Shinobi. Op, meet Hunter's Fury. It's all about the lines being drawn, but suddenly a wild Wilson appears, and surprise, surprise, it's Virtus Arcus doing it yet again. 6-0 becomes 7-0, and apparently your question, Viminal, there's a big chance of it coming through if this keeps up.
Yeah, really, the for Virtus Arcus, they can't get overconfident. I mean, them going double up, that's a sign already. And if they want to make this a clean 13-0, they got to play it smart. So, you know, it's still very much possible for Paradigm Vanguard to be able to come back in the second half. But they can still make it a 7-5 here. They do have that Rolling Thunder online. Can definitely make a play with that one.
Yeah, we'll see now. That ultimate can be essential, but this fault line right now just doesn't get the follow-up that it needs. Instead, though, it's a distraction play, Viminal. Raven with the kill there onto Wilson, and suddenly Paradigm Vanguards will be pushing on forward. It's the spike, though, in the hands of the Sova. Odin, though, making some noise, and Acer was trying to play the wall bangs. Thing is, though, DLSU, there's a lot of ultimates already on their side. They're prepared on C-side as well, and the power position on top of the platform. Savvy knows it well and does get the kill onto Ice Blooming. Acer was now Odin in hand as well, and it's now Savvy coming on back to try and fight even more so. Long angle, perfect corridor, and this operator looking to screen the name of Savvy one more time. McCrace, he's pinned down. Can he actually stay alive? The Hunter's Fury, though, is the call, and the Killjoy is funneled out, but it's Vintage with that beautiful takedown from afar.
Last player standing.
Oh, it's down 11 HP. Savvy's gonna finish him off. And it's gonna be down to Aeonix at a 1v3. No chance of it.
And as soon as he say that, it's just the writing on the wall. NEU, welcome to Division A. I think he said that pretty much a lot of times all throughout their AcadArena run here, Vim. But really, this is what a championship team is all about on the Virtus Argus side. Defending champions, looking to be dominant, and many a match they've really had here have been very, very convincing. You were talking to me before the season even started, and you're like, but if Virtus Argus na yan for sure. It's like a Radiant stock.
No,
and like
I'm not biased. So.
Oh, not biased at all, but I get your point in these scenarios. This is really where they can just outclass and outdominate the competition. We'll see in the playoffs, though, if they can do this as well. But Willie right now with the kill on the Shinobi. Wilson on the board versus the Omnix. And every single time Paradigm Vanguard show their faces here, Vim, they get a face full of Virtus Arcus lead, and it's been the case for the past 8 rounds.
It's just, I feel for the difficulty of Paradigm Vanguards right now. They're unable to win the duels. And if you can't win that, then your options are going to be very limited. But McCrace, keeping the dream alive for his team here, managed to get a kill. Willie is going to be low on HP. Does have that lockdown, but honestly, A Service could actually do the same and just go for a full retake if we want to secure the win condition here. And they're no longer aggressing. Love the restraint coming in from Virtus Arcus right now. They're playing it smart. They have them pincered. They know where the spike is.
Op shot, though, does come in. Paradigm Vanguards right now, at least retrieving that objective time, though, is taking the running out of space, the running out of time. And you can see the shades of green on the minimap because Virtus Arcus claiming territory bit by bit. These archers absolutely precise. And even with the Odin, apparently, if every gun is like a bow and arrow, Criminal, what's an Odin? An automatic. Automatic archery set. It just shoots arrows all day, every day. But it doesn't matter. The precision here from Virtus Arcus hits its bullseyes, hits its marks, and 12 kills for Guelson, huh? And our usual duelist Savvy only with 5. I'm not trying to say anything here, but you know, I'm not trying to say anything, but maybe a role swap? A role swap?
No. I mean, you make a good point. You know what I mean? Like, the fact of the matter is, DLSU still very strong without Savvy being his usual Savvy ways, right? So this is actually a really good indicator of the power level of DLSU.
There you go. There you go. You got Gwelson getting one. You got Savvy getting one with 2 operators making some noise. But Vintage here, he gets a scan on. And I realized, Viminal, that the last time I also saw a Virtus Arcus massacre was on the map like this, so really Haven is a place that they absolutely shine. But the operator duel won here by Shinobi, 3 kills so far for this master. But the Sova, oh no, what is this? A lockdown is into play, and Shinobi tried to escape, but Vintage is waiting in the cellar to be ready for action, and it just is an uncork there from the Sova. 10-0. Utter dominance and statements being made by the defending champions.
Good use of that lockdown, even though it was a 2v1. Kasi, you know, Acerus has been holding that lockdown since the start of the game. And honestly, just use it. Kasi if you hold your utilities too much, you end up just wasting it. But the same can be said for Aeonix here. I haven't seen the Rolling Thunder as of yet. and he definitely needs to make use of that.
I mean, if you kill enough people, you're gonna get that ultimate anyway. Might as well unleash Hell and High Fury as Gwelson, he's gliding while scoping in, huh? This guy is moving on around with the operator and looking to just believe in the heart of the up angle. But Willie on the board. ASUS right now catching out Shinobi. We're still watching Gwelson. And the only thing we're watching here is the failure of the Arcus while everyone else gets the kill.
Oh, Gwelson.
Camera shy, Bim. Yun yung sad eh. Yung tipong nahihiya pa siya makakuha ng pitas while everyone else for the side of Virtus Arcus getting the takedowns. McCrace will be the one to catch out Savvy. But the damage has been done. And the Odin is out in the open. Oh no, Bim. Oh no.
What?
Oh,
One enemy remaining.
a little too early there.
Oh boy.
And a
You
chance
A
to get
chance.
a chance here. Paradigm Vanguards. You don't want to get 13-0'd. 31 is still better than 13-0.
It's light
then-
years better.
Yeah, light years better. But you know it'll be eons better here, Vim. 10-13. If that happens.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
If
yeah.
that happens, you know,
It's
Paradigm
possible.
Vanguards.
It's possible.
And are we saving? Oh no. So Virtus Arcus will be trying to play the guessing game.
30
A, B, and
seconds
C.
left.
Too many options, Vim. Which door do we go through? Which one? Which one?
He's going through the A door.
And then it's the wrong door. It's the wrong
The wrong door.
That's the wrong door.
Placing alarm bot.
And look at this. McCrace even has time to build a base. He puts a turret. He puts an alarm
Spike
bot.
planted.
And
This is not an RTS, Dax.
now, construction complete. And, you know, we got new construction options as the spike has been planted. It's like a
Can't
super
build
weapon. I build for. Oh, wait, I don't want to say
Can't
country names.
Can't
build
there.
And build there. Armies awaiting. And Vintage!
Oh!
It's happened! Paradigm
It's
Vanguards!
happened!
This is the start of something new! This is the
Last
comeback
round
looking to
before the
happen!
switch.
And it only needs one. It only needs one to get the beginning here, Feminal. Now the question is, can Paradigm Vanguards get even more?
You know, they say they talk about the 11th round curse right before the 9-3 curse was a thing because of a particular game in Haven in the pro scene wherein an 11-1 became a 13-11.
Oh no.
But you know, it's still very unlikely for Paradigm to close this out, but you know,
Yeah, and as soon as he said unlikely, we just tipped the odds even more in favor of Virtus Arcus as...
I just had to pause right there.
You know, sometimes you got dry peaks and sometimes you just got absolutely Sahara level peaks. That was just
Yeah.
it. He ran in, got the takedown, and Gwelson will do the same. It's rivers in the desert here basically for Virtus Arcus, and we'll see right now as Vintage finds a Yonix. They did get one though for the side of Paradigm Vanguards. There's the scouting information. But it seems like the attacking side Viminal, for lack of a better term, are the ones getting attacked here and stuck in their base now.
You know what, Dex? I may have to put my coaching hat on and call for a tactical pause because DLSU seems confused whether or not they're going to be the defending or the attacker side here.
I assume it's just
Enemy
accepted.
remaining.
And recon dart? Yes, okay. 1v1, here we go. ASUS versus McCrace, and it's ASUS who gets the win. Intriguing. So,
Switching sides.
the next generation of Philippine Valorant here, guys, is 11-1 scoreline for Virtus Arcus. What a game we've seen so far. And in all honesty, if you guys want to be a part of this incredible setup, you want to bring esports to your school, the AcadArena Alliance program is here for you. Alliance members clubs get access to our exclusive tournaments, mentorship, event support, and of course the Global Esports Merit Scholarship. Learn how to join the Alliance today at acadarena.com/alliance. But really, Vim, let's just get this out of the way. This is a team looking for a third championship on the attacking side. Virtus Arcus, they're hungry for more. And honestly, while the field of the collegiate scene has gotten tighter, there's still a case for Virtus Arcus to be that 3-time champion.
Absolutely right there, Dax. They're playing for 150,000 peso prize pool, and of course that coveted campus torch. They are showing no mercy here.
Enemy mark.
And let's see if things tend to change here on the second half. But one thing's not going to change: aggression coming in from Gwelson. Nice bait and switch push here, but they're going to be met with a lot of resistance, Dax.
Oh, pistol rounds, it's that clean slate, and it seems like they're wiping the sins and tragedies of the first half here for Paradigm Vanguards. They need to win this pistol or else they're just gonna get snowballed out of control and get pretty much buried in the avalanche of Virtus Arcus. But in this case now, 5v2, and si Vintage, nag-a-assume dito, Pimo, dikit niya. Hihintay lang siya, waiting for the opportunity. But Ice will make quicker on the movement. And now Vintage gonna get turned around and taken down. Ice will make Shinobi on the board. And Paradigm Vanguards. You know what's better than 1? It's 2 here, Vim. 11-2. It's happening here for NEU.
Definitely what they needed, a bit of a breather. For the side of Virtus Arcus, kalma lang, please. Kalmahan niyo lang, guys.
Guys, makinig kayo sa former coach nyo. Ano ka ba? Ano ba kayo? Chill lang, di ba? So,
No, but honestly, this is a team that it's very, very hard to convey knowledge to them because they know so much already. And there's just such competent players. Without a doubt, I know they know what they have to do to secure the win very easily here. But it's just a matter of being overconfident at this point in time.
yeah, it seems like right now, they just basically, like, the most simple thing to say right now, Vim, is just don't throw. And you win this game.
Yep.
You've really shown how potent Virtus Arcus can be, but it's just a matter of throwing that line of having fun and respecting the opposition. And NEU, they worked hard last season to make it all the way here to Division A. They've gotten a win on the board. They haven't been having basically poor performance all throughout, and it's been honestly the NEU squadron contesting against many Division A teams. But it seems like Virtus Arcus, they're playing in a different level right now, completely different beasts of a team. And Paradigm Vanguards, it's up to them to either take advantage of VA being a little cheeky with their angles, or else DLSU will get kills like that. Vintage now making the shorty work. 4v4, and it's still an eco state here for Virtus Arcus, playing it slow and steady.
Still playing the patient game here, Dax. 40 seconds still on the clock. Plenty of time to play around with. Seems like they're gearing up for a C take through C long here.
30 seconds left.
B. This is really cool.
So I see people in the chat, they were saying that, is this Masters Berlin? Yeah, sure, this is Masters Berlin, but not in Germany. This is Masters Berlin in QC. It's actually an actual street match. As Raven does get on the board, but Acervus lights with Grace in response. Savvy also with the WhatsApp, but the better guns and the more bullets now will be the welcoming song to Seaside from Paradigm Vanguards. 11-2 becomes 11-3, and this is now where things get dicey. Now, if Paradigm Vanguards win this BIM, they have really a chance in this game, but if they lose this and it's Virtus Arcus getting that third round turnaround, they'll be 1 away from ending their group stage with a 4-1 standing.
Yeah, I mean, Paradigm Vanguards, they have the right idea here. They're not going to be going for a bonus round. Obviously, if your opponent is going to be bound for match point, you don't want to go for the bonus. You want to skip the bonus, go for that operator. Ice Blue Mink has the right idea. Let's see if he can get some value off of that here. Oh, misses the shot.
Oh.
Jinx.
Great minds think alike, and sometimes we just have the same thing to say, my friend. Then again, though, Paradigm Vanguards, they will be backing on away. They understand right now with that first op shot not connecting, Virtus Arcus will get the space that they need. In this case, it seems like DLSU giving the respect to the opposition, playing it a bit more standard than before, and just looking for opportunities before anything else, Vim.
Absolutely right there, Dax. They definitely need to be opportunistic as of this point in time. But as I say that, just catches them off guard. Willie with the entry onto the site. Vintage follows it up. Shinobi with a Spectre is able to take down Willie. Not able to retrieve the gun though. You're going to be down 1 man. This is going to be really good for Virtus Arcus if they can get to match point here, obviously.
And just a bit of that patience play, and Virtus Arcus right now proving their discipline there. They knew how to reel it back after the wacky races of that first half. And now Savvy going for the paranoia play. Torito saying hello. McCrace will confirm that there's a player here by B side. And there's the peek from the Killjoy. But Savvy is just built different. And he'll be able to build that takedown up. It's 4v2. There's the drop down from Shinobi. But as soon as he breaks his ankles, it's going to be Acervus breaking his fall and breaking his life. Match point now for DLSU.
We go 1 round away. And here for the side of Paradigm Vanguards, it's not looking very good. One of them has a Frenzy, one of them has a Stinger and a Bucky. What can they do at this point? It's just hope and pray that DLSU would gamble those short angles, but why would they?
Well, my answer to that, Vim, is why won't they? They're up by 9. They can do whatever the hell they want to. We've seen that in this game. And honestly, it's just all about Virtus Arcus right now, challenging some of the angles here of Paradigm Vanguards. But for NEU, honestly, you said it yourself, it's just looking very dicey. It's looking improbable, but it's not impossible with some of the guns that they have here. Ice Blue Mink, though, he's one with the rifle, and he will be backing on away after Willie throws that Lear on down. Virtus Arcus, they have the spike here by A site. They have the Killjoy lockdown as well, but instead of committing here for the A, they're gonna play the rotations, and NEU, please don't fall for it. NEU, please. Don't over-rotate. It's a good discipline, though, from the Killjoy here of the defense. But look at the backstab from Savvy. But McCrace, though, with the tap instead to the head. And it will become 5v4. Virtus Arcus getting the space that they need. But Paradigm Vanguards, they're still complete here, Vim. And now the spike should be planted. But NEU, they still have a chance at this, Viminal.
5v4 in the end. McCrace, again, being the hero of the team. Gaining the man advantage for that. Willie just playing around over here onto CT connector. Oh my gosh. Willie,
Moving.
come on.
He's practicing his V-hops for the upcoming dance onto C-site. And here we have it. The shuffle is on. It's vintage on the board. Raven, though, with the stinger in hand going... Ice Blue Mink also gonna get that kill. And suddenly, Paradigm Vanguards will edge themselves bit by bit to a round of victory. All up to ASUS now. Will he be sneaky enough? There's the smoke into play. There's the spray catching up McCrace. But it seems like this game is not over, Viminal. 12-3 now. 12-4 here. What a play from Paradigm Vanguards, though. Good discipline and a good shutdown on that From the Shadows play from Savvy.
I mean, it was able to pull their rotation. That A fake from the service, it did pull their rotation. But I think the key there was Savvy just going for the TP onto CT, like, kind of either too late or too early. And yeah, that kind of gave their position away, I think.
Sometimes just give that intel, and is this the legendary Virtus Arcus juggling act? Throwing their guns around. Yes, they're doing it. It's co-coordinated.
It's the VA classic.
The VA classic. Okay yun ah.
Yeah.
Okay yun ah. Okay yung pangalan na yun. But I've seen this so many times from them. It seems like this is a routine they practice daily.
It's a CS thing.
I see. I don't come from that, so I don't know.
Ako rin eh. Pero alam mong lahat sila taga CS kasi ginagawa nila.
So, pero alam ko sa game na saan ka galing, Vim, you just do that with armor eh. You get all the armors, put them in the house, and you just believe, you just keep swapping.
Juggle the armors.
Parang isipin mo, you just get all the clothes from a clothing store, right? And you put them outside your dressing room. Whenever you need something, you just change it and just put it on. And you just rip it off and put a new one on again. Anyway, though, enough about that. We got Virtus Arcus still on the prowl. And in a 12-4 scoreline, it seems like here for DLSU, the call is to go into the garage and make an opening happen here. Thing is, though, Vim, NEU, they don't have the Viminal memo, and no one's in the 100% angle to hold.
Unfortunately for them, but Raven, he left to his own devices, defending C-side all by his lonesome here. Gelson gonna be taking down Raven as Willie gets one as well. Gelson gets a second, and it's now gonna be 4v2, make that a 4v1. Ice Blue Mink, that was
Knife out.
next.
He wants it, and he gets it! Savvy! You madman! The audacity of this prodigy! And Virtus Arcus proves that they're ready for the playoffs. 3-1 becomes 4-1 in commanding fashion. And DLSU take another win on the board. But he wanted it, he saw it, and he accomplished it. Knife out, ready to go. The future for Savvy 8K looking absolutely bright, especially in the office he's in right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a flex right there. But oh boy, Savvy. It's just the future is bright for this man without a shadow of a doubt. As we take a look at the replay, it's just again asserting dominance was the narrative here throughout this entire game. They had full control. They did not let go of the momentum. Granted, Paradigm Vanguards, they did score some points on the second half. But obviously, the damage has been done at a 10-0 scoreline.
Yeah. And I think really overall for the season, Virtus Arcus has done their job and more. They are not the absolute best group stage team we've seen in the past few seasons, but they get the job done in the playoffs, and they knew that they could do it yet again. They could make it to the playoffs, secure it in a manner that's so accustomed to them. And if you look at some of the games, pretty much all of the games they've played so far, it's been those traditional compositions. So I feel like for VA, compared to all the other rosters who brought in innovation to change things up and get the wins, Fearless Arcus has a lot, and man, I mean a lot of potential plays in their book coming into the playoffs. And especially this one. You see this one, this match? No one can use this because
one.
the off
Absolutely
rolls,
no one.
the off rolls are there. It's still the traditional composition and saving strats, but still winning like this. DLSU is really in a good spot to make it a 3-time championship in the University Alliance Cup, Pim.
Yeah, the momentum is on their side. The element of surprise is going to be on their side because there were zero, pretty much none other than default plays in terms of the macro side of things in that previous match, and they didn't need anything more than that because in the end they were mechanically superior by a long shot. And congratulations to Virtus Arcus, well-deserved victory. For Paradigm Vanguards, it was a valiant effort, especially in the second half. But at the very least, Dax, they will charge this to experience. They're here in Division A. They proved that they can be here in Division A. And without a doubt, they will become a much better team in the future.
Yeah, and they have to fight for the lives. So for this Division A, they will be in the relegations, I believe, alongside the Gearhawks, as CSP was able to secure that 4th seed slot and be safe from that system. Besides that, NEU, my heart goes out to you. A good effort, and it just seems like Virtus Arcus was just the better team. NEU's playstyle and NEU strategies, they have some bearing and they have something to build on. It's all about just reacting in time against a team that's willing to get in your face. Virtus Arcus right now 4-1, second slot and second seed of Group A, and this confirms it. So it's FIT as seed number 1, DLSU as seed number 2, and USD as seed number 3. The guys, we will be going on a break, and we will have our final match of the day. That's going to be LG Esports versus the MGS Clubs. I'm Daxi Minimal, and you are watching the University Alliance Cup.